Supplemental security income is a lifeline for many older adults and people with disabilities, and the idea of a 2026 update with new payment amounts is not just a headline. Everything stays straightforward and respectful, so even someone who has never followed government programs closely can follow along and use the information in daily life. If you have new to my channel, please subscribe our channel for more updates. To understand the 2026 update, it helps to look at where things stand in recent years. For 2024, the federal benefit rate for SSI is $943 per month for an eligible individual and $1,415 per month for an eligible couple where both qualify for SSI. There is also a federal rate of $472 for a person in a medical institution where Medicaid pays more than half of the cost of care. These amounts already include the cost of living adjustment that took effect in January 2024. The cost of living adjustment, often called COLA, is how SSI payments are increased over time to keep up with rising prices. The COLA is based on a measure of inflation used for Social Security called the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, often shortened to CPIW. Each year, the government compares prices from the third quarter of one year to the third quarter of the year before. If prices have gone up, Social Security and SSI benefits go up by a percentage that reflects that difference. This adjustment is announced in the fall, usually in October, and it takes effect for payments made in January of the following year. That is the key to understanding why SSI payment amounts change and how the 2026 numbers will be set. For example, the large jump in inflation in 2022 led to an 8.7% COLA for 2023 benefits. That meant SSI federal benefit rates rose by 8.7% in January 2023. Then inflation slowed, and the COLA for 2024 was 3.2%. As a result, SSI went up 3.2% in January 2024, leading to the $943 individual rate and $1,415 couple rate. The same pattern will apply for 2025 and 2026. In the fall of 2024, the Social Security Administration will announce the COLA for 2025, and SSI will rise accordingly. In the fall of 2025, it will announce the COLA for 2026, and that will define the new SSI federal benefit rates for 2026. If you have new to my channel, please subscribe our channel for more updates. The exact percentage for the 2026 COLA is not known yet, because it depends on how prices move between now and the measuring period in 2025. No one can honestly give an exact official 2026 SSI dollar amount until that COLA is announced by the Social Security Administration. What is known already is the method that will be used and the base that it will apply to. The 2025 federal benefit rates, whatever they are, will be multiplied by 1 plus the 2026 COLA percentage to set the 2026 federal benefit rates. That is how the new payment amounts are created. To make this easier to picture, imagine a simple example using round numbers. Suppose the individual federal benefit rate at the end of 2025 is around $980 per month. This is not an official number, just a simple example. If the COLA for 2026 turned out to be 3%, the new 2026 federal benefit rate for an individual would be that $980 base plus 3%, which is about $29.40. So, the new rate would be roughly $1,009.40 per month for an individual. The couple rate would be calculated the same way, by multiplying the 2025 couple rate by 1 plus the COLA percentage. Again, these are just illustrations. The true 2026 numbers will be based on the actual COLA that is decided in late 2025. The important message for seniors and other SSI recipients is that payments are expected to go up again in 2026 because prices in the economy do not stand still. Even if inflation is lower than it was in 2022, it has still been above zero. As long as that remains true, a COLA is likely and SSI amounts will rise. The new payment amounts revealed for 2026 will simply reflect that formula. For many people, the change will be modest, but every extra dollar matters when trying to cover rent, utilities, food, and medicine on a very tight budget. It is also important to remember that the federal benefit rate is the maximum amount that a person can receive from the federal SSI program before state supplements and before any reductions for other income or support. Very few people receive exactly the full federal benefit rate because SSI is designed to fill gaps rather than to sit on top of other income unchanged. SSI has strict income rules and resource rules, and it treats different kinds of income in different ways. SSI has a resource limit. For an individual, countable resources must generally be no more than $2,000. For a couple, the limit is usually $3,000. Resources include things like cash, money in bank accounts, certain investments, and some property. A home you live in is usually not counted. One vehicle is usually not counted if it is used for transportation. Certain other items are excluded as well. These limits have been in place for many years and have not kept pace with inflation, which means that they are quite low in modern terms. There have been proposals in Congress to raise SSI asset limits significantly and to modernize the rules so that people do not lose benefits just for having small savings. But as of the most recent information, those proposals have not yet become law. SSI also has income rules. Income is any money you receive, whether from work, Social Security, pensions, family support, or other sources, with some exceptions. For SSI, income is divided into earned income, such as wages, and unearned income, such as Social Security, pensions, or cash gifts. SSI does not count all income dollar for dollar. There are exclusions. For example, a small part of unearned income and a larger part of earned income may be ignored in the calculation. After applying the exclusions, the remaining countable income is used to reduce the federal benefit rate. The basic idea is that the full federal benefit rate is paid only when a person has no countable income. Each dollar of countable income generally reduces the SSI payment until the person is no longer eligible. If you have new to my channel, please subscribe our channel for more updates. For seniors who receive both Social Security and SSI, the interaction can be confusing. Social Security retirement, survivor, or disability benefits are counted as unearned income for SSI. The SSI rules apply a general income exclusion to the first small amount of unearned income, then count almost every remaining dollar. That means that when Social Security benefits go up due to a COLA, SSI payments usually go down. However, the total combined income from Social Security plus SSI usually rises a little because the small uncounted part from the exclusion remains. This is why, for a person who receives both, the SSI check can shrink when the Social Security check grows, even though the total money available goes up modestly. In 2026, when the new SSI federal benefit rates take effect, the same kind of interaction will happen. If there is a COLA for Social Security benefits in 2026, those benefits will go up. SSI federal benefit rates will also go up based on that same COLA. The Social Security increase will count as more unearned income for SSI, pulling the SSI payment down, while the higher SSI federal benefit rate will push it up. The net effect is that a person who receives both Social Security and SSI will normally see a small rise in total combined income, though not as large as the Social Security increase alone. State supplements add another layer. Some states provide an extra payment on top of the federal SSI amount. The rules for these supplements vary. In some states, the Social Security Administration administers the extra payment together with the federal SSI. In others, the state itself pays the supplement separately. The amounts can depend on living arrangements, such as whether a person lives alone, lives with others, or lives in a care facility. When the federal benefit rate rises, states may adjust their supplements as well, but the patterns are not always uniform. In 2026, once the federal numbers are set, states will decide how to adjust their own supplements. Seniors should read any notices from their state carefully to understand how their total payment is changing. If you have new to my channel, please subscribe our channel for more updates. Stimulus payments are another subject that often comes up in the same conversations as SSI updates. During the pandemic years, 3 major rounds of federal stimulus payments, called economic impact payments, were delivered by the IRS. Many SSI recipients received those payments automatically because their information was already on file. They did not have to apply separately for most of them. For some people, those payments were the only time they had extra money beyond their regular monthly checks. As of the latest reliable information, no new nationwide federal stimulus program like those earlier rounds has been passed into law. That means there is no official new federal stimulus check scheduled for 2026 at this time. However, some people can still receive money related to those earlier stimulus efforts. If a person was eligible for a past stimulus payment but did not receive it, or received less than they should have, they may still be able to claim those funds by filing tax returns for the relevant years if those years are still open. The IRS handles such claims through something called the Recovery Rebate Credit. For low-income seniors and SSI recipients who did not file returns during the pandemic, it can sometimes be worth speaking with a tax preparer or trusted tax assistance program to see whether any back payments are still available. These are not new stimulus programs, but a way to collect missed amounts from old ones. If you have new to my channel, please subscribe our channel for more updates. Beyond federal actions, many states and local governments have created their own forms of financial relief during and after the pandemic. These can include state tax rebates, property tax relief, rent rebates, and energy assistance. Some are one-time payments, others are ongoing credits. These programs may be called stimulus or relief, but they are separate from SSI and Social Security. Their eligibility rules often depend on income, age, disability, and residency. Seniors receiving SSI usually have low enough income to qualify for many such programs if they are available where they live. The scheduling and amounts differ widely, so the best approach is to pay attention to mail from state and local agencies and to ask trusted local organizations about programs that help older adults. If you have new to my channel, please subscribe our channel for more updates. Pensions are another important part of the income picture for many seniors. A pension is a regular payment from a former employer, often based on years of service and final salary. Traditional pensions are called defined benefit plans. They promise a specific monthly amount for life or for a set period. Some pensions include cost of living adjustments, but many do not. For SSI, pension payments count as unearned income and are included when calculating countable income. That means a person with a larger pension may not qualify for SSI at all, while a person with a tiny pension might qualify for a reduced SSI benefit that brings their income up to the federal benefit rate plus any state supplement.